Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Energy Seed Yoga. My name is Amy, I am your yoga teacher. I just got this mic, sorry I keep forgetting it's on. Anyway, I've got a class for you today for your feet. We are going to give our feet a little bit of stretch love, a little bit of strengthening love, and a little bit of mobility love because our feet get us out of bed every day. So what we need for class today are 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use stacked pillows or stacked vegetable cans or even sturdy water bottles. So grab your 2 blocks and get on your mat. We are going to begin on our seat here in Thunderbolt pose. So you're going to come down onto your knees, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me here. The knees are together. The big toes are together, and then you're going to sink your hips down onto your heels. So we're stretching the tops of our ankles here. If this does not feel comfortable for you, you're going to grab your block and you're going to place it on top of your calves or your heels, and then you'll sink your hips down onto your block. Again, this works with your pillow. You can even use a blanket. So let's just take a moment here to breathe. Hands can rest gently on the knees or the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then let it go. So let's bring our attention to what's touching our mat right now. Our knees, our shins, the tops of our ankles, the tops of our feet, maybe your toenails. And every piece that's touching the floor of your mat, start to press it into the mat a little bit more. So you're pressing and grounding down into the earth. As you're grounding down with the parts that are touching the earth, I want you to take a deep inhale, lift the crown a little bit higher towards the sky, maybe roll the shoulders back. And just sit up a little bit taller. Good. On your next inhale, you can come up to a kneeling position. Hands are going to come to the hips or the waist. And if you have sensitive knees, you can fold your mat in half or use your blanket like this. Hands are on the knees, hands are on the waist, knees are on the floor. Step the right foot forward. Curl the back toes under. We're going to place our hands to the earth, framing our foot, or we're going to grab those blocks and hands come to the blocks. On the inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep a nice micro bend in the front leg. As you straighten the back leg, you're on the toes of the back foot, and you're really pressing that back heel back. So we're looking for a stretch along that back calf. So it doesn't matter how straight or bent the front foot is. Create a nice long spine. The gaze is looking down at that front foot. Maybe you bend into the back knee and then straighten out the foot, really pressing the heel back. Good. Exhale, slowly lower the left knee back down to the earth. Right knee comes back in line with the left. Good. Hands to the waist. Let's step the left foot forward. Curl the back toes under. Hands plant to the floor, your blocks. On the inhale, slowly start to straighten that front leg as you start to straighten the back leg. Nice long back here. Long spine. Slowly press that right heel back. Maybe bend into that back knee again. Slowly press it back. Breathing here. Exhale, slowly lower the back knee to the earth. That left knee is going to come in line with the right knee. Unfold your mat if you had the mat folded up. Blocks can go to the front of the mat or the side, whatever you were using. And let's come to all fours. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Hands come under the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and let's curl those toes under. We're going to find our first down dog of the day. So really press into the mat with your fingertips. On the inhale, lift the hips up to the sky. Knees are nice and bent. And on the exhale, press the hips back. Maybe you start to straighten your legs here. The goal in this pose for today is just to feel the stretch along the back side of the body here. So start to press the heels down, maybe one at a time, maybe at the same time, whatever feels good for you here. And start to feel that stretch along the bottoms of the feet, the Achilles tendon, all the way up the calves, maybe all the way up to the booty. So walk your dog out. Your gaze is looking through your legs at the back wall or whatever's behind you. Good. Before we lower down to our knees, make sure all 10 toes are uncurled. So if you have a weird pinky toe like me, make sure it's uncurled. Sometimes I have to wiggle my feet around to get that little pinky toe out from underneath my foot. Soft exhale, let's lower the knees to the earth, coming into our tabletop. So holding our tabletop here, the toes are still curled under. Softly exhale, let's start to walk the hands closer to the knees as you allow your hips to sink closer to your heels. So we're stretching the bottoms of our feet, the fascia that runs along the bottom of our foot. So see if maybe you can bring your hips to your heels and come all the way up to an upright torso. Hands rest on the thighs. So this is a pretty intense posture. So if you cannot get to the upright position, don't worry. This is something you can work to. You'll keep your hands resting on the floor, wherever you can breathe through this. So let's take 5 rounds of breath here. We're halfway there, guys. 2 more rounds. Soft inhale. Soft exhale. Last breath. Maybe let it go. Drop the hands to the floor if they were not there already. Slowly uncurl those toes. Oh my goodness. Let the tops of the feet rest on the mat for just a moment and then give them a pat. Woo-wee. All right, let's set ourselves up for our next down dog. Fingertips are spread wide. Index finger is pointed towards the front of your mat. Maybe take a couple ankle rolls forward and back before we make our way into this next posture. All right. Giving those ankles some love, curl the toes under. Inhale, lift up the booty. Exhale, press that booty back. Pedal into the feet. See what you need here. We're going to bend the knees, look forward in between our hands, and then we're just going to take little itty-bitty steps with our feet until we make it all the way up to the top of our mat or to our hands. So while we're here, we're in a nice forward fold. So bend the knees generously. Hands can stay on the floor or blocks. Let the head hang heavy, so the crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. Good. On the inhale, slowly straighten the legs and lift the back so it's nice and flat. We're making a number 7 or a letter L with our bodies. So we're going to move our blocks off to the side. We're going to take the top of our mat and we're just going to roll it a few times. So roll it till it gets to your toes. And then we're going to step our right heel on top of your little mat burrito roll and then your left heel on your mat burrito roll. It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. You're still in your either forward fold or a half forward fold. On the inhale, let's roll all the way up to mountain pose. So press those heels into the earth. One vertebrae at a time comes up, roll the shoulders back Chin is parallel to the earth. The neck is long and the palms are shining forward. So we've got our heels on our burrito roll, our toes on the floor. We're just going to take a couple rounds of half sun salutations. We're going to let our mind and our body connect to what this forward fold does for the back side of our body. So on the inhale, let's sweep the arms out to the side, all the way up to the ceiling. Palms can touch. On the exhale, bend into the knees, hinge at the waist, and fold over your thighs. The floor and your fingers can either connect, maybe your hands come to blocks. Then on the inhale, let's lift up halfway, making that flat back. And then exhale, fold. On the inhale, let's root to rise. Press into those heels. Sweep the arms out and up as you stand up. Palms touch overhead. On the exhale, bend into the knees. Hinge at the waist. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold. And in this fold, we're just going to step back and unroll our burrito. Grab those blocks if you were using them. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's take one more half sun salutation here and just see what the difference feels like without that roll under our feet. Inhale, root to rise. Sweep the hands out to the side, up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bend into the knees, hinge at the waist, and fold. So let's heel toe the feet out about as wide as the yoga mat here. On the exhale, maybe you fold a little deeper, grab opposite elbows, chin to chest, and just side to side, ragdoll. Good. Exhale, release the fingertips towards the floor. Let's heel toe those feet back together and let's really zip up our feet here. So make sure they're really touching. Everything on the lower body is touching. So glue the knees together. Maybe the calves might touch. And we're going to just squat down, okay? We're going to squat down as much as we can, sticking our booties out wide. Our bellies may be resting on our thighs. And then inhale, we're going to sweep our arms straight out in front of us with the palms facing each other. Maybe you slightly tuck the tailbone, see how that feels on your low back. All right, we're going to breathe here. We're going to build a little bit of heat. We're going to do some calf raises. So make sure all 10 toes are gripping into the earth. On the inhale, let's lift up the heels. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. Inhale them up. We've got 2 more of these. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, find mountain pose. Stand all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Palms press forward. Ooh, do you feel that? Building a little heat here. Maybe look down at your feet. See how they're doing. Send them some love from the mind to the body. So we're going to make our way into tree pose. I'm going to turn to face you. Tree pose today is the focus is on your feet and your ankles. So we're not worried about getting our foot up high on our leg and getting that knee open wide. So let's bring our focus to our knees. Ground down through the right leg. Let's go ahead and bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right leg. So you've got a choice of your ankle, your calf, or maybe you slide it up to your inner thigh. So remember, we're focusing on building strength in the ankle. Hands can come to the waist. And let's breathe here. Two more breaths. Good. Exhale. Left foot comes down. Find mountain pose. If you need to, bend into the knees, shake the legs out a little bit, roll the ankles, and let's take tree pose to the left side. Grounding down through that left leg. Let's bring the sole of the right foot either to the left inner ankle, calf, or thigh. So finding your balance, don't be afraid to use a wall or a chair. Bring the hands to the hips. Bring your mind and your awareness to your ankle. So it might be good for you to find a little drishti point or a concentration, a focal point to stare at. See if you can feel the fascia on the bottoms of your feet firing up. On the exhale, slowly lower that foot to the earth and find mountain pose. I'll meet you back at the top of the mat here. So let's take the hands to the waist. We're going to step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. So just a nice big step here. You want to make sure you're on your toes. Your hips are pointed forward, and we're going to keep a nice bend in this front knee. So find your balance here. If you feel like you're falling over, you're going to take that back leg and move it out to the right side of your mat. So you're just creating a little bit wider of a base for yourself. So again, we're going to build a little bit of heat here. On the inhale, let's take the fingertips up to the sky. Keep bending into that left knee. On the inhale, lift the left heel up, that left front heel, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down, hands come to the waist, step forward, find your mountain pose. Take a few calf raises here or heel raises, shake the legs out, whatever you need. Hands come to the waist, big step back with the left foot to the back of your mat. Hips are pointed forward, you're on the toes of that back foot. We're bending into that front knee. Maybe you look down at that front knee, make sure it's tracking over your big toe or maybe your second big toe, just don't let it fall in or let it fall out. Inhale the fingertips up to the sky. We've got those calf raises, here we go. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, heel drops. Inhale, lift the heel up. Exhale, drop it. 2 more. Oh no, just kidding, 3 more. Here we go, 2 more. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. This is it, inhale it up. Exhale it down. Hands come to the hips, step to the top of the mat. Mountain pose. Inhale the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. So bend into those knees as much as you can so you can plant your hands to the floor. Step back into a plank. Don't worry, we're not holding this very long. On the exhale, lower all the way to the belly. So once you get to your belly, let's slide our elbows underneath our shoulders. We're going to press all of our weight into our left forearm and roll onto our left hip. Bend into the right knee and grab that right foot with your right hand and then roll back onto your belly. So what we're doing here is stretching our ankles again. Your fingertips are pointed down on your foot and your elbows reaching up towards the sky. On the exhale, see if you can pull your foot closer to your butt. Good, exhale, release. Coming into the Sphinx pose. Just briefly, we'll take that Bakasana or half frog on the other side. So ground down through that right forearm. Let's roll over onto our right hip. Bend into the left knee. The left arm sweeps back and grabs the top of that foot. Fingers point down as you roll back onto your belly. Bend into the elbow so it points up towards the sky. Pull that foot closer to your booty. Here we go. Couple rounds of breath. Good, big exhale, release. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders, and let's press up into a tabletop. Knees come underneath the hips. And let's just take a few rounds of cat-cow, because that never hurts anybody. Let's take it with the toes curled under those, so we can keep stretching the bottoms of those feet. On the inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly drop, press the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine to the sky, chin to chest. Start to move at your own pace, or just take a couple rounds of these. On your next breath, find your tabletop position. Toes are still curled under. Let's extend the right toes all the way back to the back of our mat. Toes are still touching the mat. Then let's press our heel back. So we're looking to stretch that calf once again. Maybe inhale, you come forward, giving your wrists a little love. And then exhale, take it back. Maybe you just start to move at your own pace. Maybe you like being still. Good. Find a stillness if you're moving. We're going to lift that back foot up and reach it to the left side of the body, keeping those toes still rooted into the earth, and then look over that left shoulder at that foot. Exhale, bring that knee back under the body. Toes are curled under. Let's walk our hands back, take that toe squat one more time. Shake the wrists out. This is just really brief. Woo, come back to your tabletop position. The toes still stay curled under. Exhale, send the left toes all the way back to the mat. Keep them uncurled. And then just move with what you need here. Might feel good to hold still. Might feel good to shift forward and back. All right, find a moment of stillness. Lift those back toes up and take them over to the right side. Plant the toes, look over the right shoulder at that foot. Good, big exhale, come back to your tabletop position. All right, guys, we're gonna make our way to butterfly pose. I'm gonna turn and face you, so make your way to your seat, any fashion that you would like. You're going to bring those legs out in front of you. Pull the soles of the feet together and let the knees go wide. Before we get real comfortable here, we're going to take butterfly with a finger bind or a toe bind. So what we're going to do, and yes, this is going to be weird, we're going to interlace our fingers in between our toes. So I hope you have clean feet. Just kidding, I probably don't. I'm a yoga teacher. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our fingers, we're going to stick each finger digit in between each toe the best you can. Now, I'm used to doing this because I've done it before. If you've never done this before, it might feel a little uncomfortable, so you're going to take and do this as best as you can. But hopefully you can see this. I've got my fingers weaved in between my toes with my right foot, and then I'm going to do it with my left foot. So do the best you can to weave each finger digit in between each toe digit. And I've got one that's like not happening. Okay, when you get all your toes weaved with your fingers, pull the soles of your feet back together and maybe rock side to side. Find those sits bones, root them into the earth. Sit up nice and tall with your breath. So this posture we're not going to fold into. We're going to keep a long back. We'll lean forward just slightly so we can feel that contraction on our inner thighs here. But I want us to use our own body strength to pull our knees to the floor. While you're doing this, you're pressing the outside edge of your feet together. Okay, so the pinky edge of your feet, you're pushing together and you're hanging onto your toes for dear life. It might feel good to rock the fingers back and forth, side to side. Just give those feet some love. So let's breathe into this. We're almost done. This is our last breath. Let's make it really long and really soft. On that exhale, let your whole body relax. Unweave your finger and toe basket you just made. Don't ever say I didn't make you do anything weird. And then just give your feet a little massage. Beautiful. Maybe even take it up to the ankles, even the calves. It's all connected. Giving our feet that love. Slowly bring the knees together, let the feet plant to the floor, and then roll on down to your back, pulling your knees in with you. We're We're going to take legs up the wall, but we're not even going to use a block or the wall. We're just going to extend our legs up towards the sky. And let's point and flex the toes. Point and flex. Point and flex. Really press the heels towards the ceiling. Focus on bringing those toes down. And then let's switch it. Take the toes to the ceiling. Press the heels down. And then just start to move intuitively here. We're pointing and flexing. You've probably already started to take some ankle rolls. Shake them out. And slowly lower the feet to the earth. We're just going to take a quick Savasana and wrap it up. Any Savasana that feels good for you here. The feet can plant, the knees can fall together, or you can extend the legs out long. And just let the whole body relax. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Just bring some awareness back into the body. And then make your way into fetal position, rolling onto your favorite side. Drawing the knees into the chest. Letting the head and the arm rest just momentarily. And then when you're ready, you can push yourself all the way up to any comfortable seated position that works for you today. Thank you, yogis, for joining me today. I hope your feet feel a little better after this. Feel free to come back to this video anytime you've spent a lot of time on your feet or just want to slow down and give your body some love. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.